Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Ellie, aka Swift, and I upload videos about all things Taylor Swift and sometimes more. For today's video, I am going to be ranking the tracks of The Life of a Showgirl. Even though it hasn't come out yet, I'm going to be giving you guys my preliminary track ranking, kind of talk about what we think the songs are going to be about and the vibes they're going to have, and just have a great time. Also, I just got a ring light and I'm kind of obsessed with it because it has all these different settings. I can change the different lights that I have, and look, this one's a regular light right now, and I really like it. And this one's red, green, blue, yellow, purple, blue, red again, less bright red. This one's like colorful, it's like pink, blue, and white. This one's blue with a red thing that's like going around in a circle. This one's a red thing that goes around in a circle. Yeah, there's a lot of options. So let me know which one you guys like the best. If you guys want me to change the light, let me know which one's your favorite. Before we get started, I want you to pause the video right now and go comment down below a little hand heart emoji because that's my favorite emoji, obviously. Also, if you're not subscribed, you should, because I upload videos every single Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and you definitely do not want to miss them. This video a thumbs up so that it can get recommended to other people, and share it to someone who you think would enjoy it. All right, without any further ado, let's get on to the video.
Cause I remember it too well.
I'm excited to see when the album actually comes out if these rankings are going to hold up or if it's going to be completely different. I think it's always fun to see what you think the album is going to be about, and then you go in and you listen to it and you're like, oh, I was completely wrong. Or, you know, maybe sometimes you're right. So in 12th place, we have Honey. This one, like, the title just sounds boring. I see that with the utmost love. Obviously, like, I have no idea what the song is gonna sound like. There are a lot of Taylor songs that have boring titles but are great songs. It could be a really, really amazing song, but it's just the one that I, going into it, am not the most excited about. 11 is Wood. This one is kind of in the same realm as Honey. It just feels bland. It feels like it's gonna be a slow song. Number 10 is Wishlist, stylized with dollar signs as the S's. I'm really intrigued to hear this one, but it just doesn't strike me as one that's going to be my complete favorite. Number 9 is Opalite. For me, Opalite is in the same category in my brain as Snow on the Beach. I don't really know why, but in my head, I feel like Snow on the Beach and Opalite are similar songs. Just something about the vibe of the title, it feels very Snow on the Beach to me. And I do love Snow on the Beach. I think it's a great song, but I think because it's not super poppy, I know she said that The Life of a Showgirl is going to be very pop, but to me, Opalite doesn't sound like a very pop song. It sounds more Snow on the Beach. I love me some Snow on the Beach, but I am a pop girly at heart, and if it does not have a good beat, it's not necessarily one of my favorites. So that's why I'm putting it kind of low. Number 8 is Cancelled. I'm really excited for this song, but I feel like there's a potential that it could end up being a little tacky. It just kind of depends on where she's gonna take it, I guess. It sounds like it's gonna be very "this is why we can't have nice things"-esque, which I love, but I just feel like lyrically it has a huge potential to be tacky because I feel like the word cancelled itself is just gonna give it kind of like a campy vibe. Don't know that that's gonna be my most favorite thing in the world, but once again, I could be completely wrong. Okay, now we're getting into the songs that I'm like really, really excited for. I'm excited for all of them, obviously. These are the ones that I'm the most excited for. 7th place is Elizabeth Taylor. In my head, it's in the same category as Clara Bow because like they're both people, but I feel like she wouldn't make two songs that are like too similar in that respect, so I don't know that it's gonna be Clara Bow-esque, but that's what it feels like. In terms of who Elizabeth Taylor is, I know she was a child star and continued to be famous for the rest of her life, and she was also a huge activist, especially for HIV and AIDS. Beyond that, I don't know a ton about her, but I do remember reading that she had kind of a lot of high-profile relationships that got a lot of criticism. I feel like there are a lot of parallels between Taylor and Elizabeth Taylor. I'm not sure exactly what direction she's gonna take it, but I'm very intrigued to find out. Taking the spot of number 6 is going to be Father Figure, because I feel like it could go one of two ways. I feel like on the one hand, we could have it be where it's kind of about her dad and her dad's role in her life and like having a father figure to rely on, kind of like in that respect, whether she's doing it in a positive or a negative way. Or it could be referring to herself as a father figure, which I feel like would be interesting, but I could see her doing based on the fact that she's very independent and a lot of people don't like that about her. And so her almost saying that like she can be her own father figure. So this is one that I'm definitely really excited to see which direction she takes. Number 5 is The Life of a Showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter. This one I'm so ecstatic for purely because it has Sabrina Carpenter. We have been waiting on a Sabrina collab for forever, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Obviously, it's the title track, so I think it's very much going to be representative of the album as a whole. So I'm excited to see how she kind of encompasses the whole thing in the title track. The Tortured Poets department very much encompasses the theme of the album. Lover, same thing. Fearless, we could go on and on. But I feel like all of the title tracks definitely encompass the theme of the album as a whole. And I have no doubt that this one's gonna do the same. Plus, it's gonna have Sabrina Carpenter, which is incredible. Speaking of which, her album, Man's Best Friend, is so good. I'm literally obsessed with it. It's been on repeat for the past 2 weeks. I love it so much. Number 4 is Actually Romantic. This screams 1989 vibes to me. I don't really know why, but it just is giving 1989. There's not really much more to say on this song other than the fact that it's giving 1989 vibes, and I love 1989. So I think it's gonna be a bop purely because of that. Also, I'm anticipating the theme of it being kind of, she was used to not being in a relationship that was actually romantic, and now she is, and she's like, wow, that's actually romantic. Or it's going to be about all of the things that her love interest does that seem not romantic, but then when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's actually romantic. So once again, I have 2 hypotheses for how it could go. It could be neither of those, but I'm really excited to see which one it ends up being. Number 3 is Ruin the Friendship. I am so excited to hear this one. It gives Reputation from the title. Like, it just screams Reputation to me. And I feel like it's going to be some massive tea that's spilled. And I'm really, really excited to hear who it's about, if we can surmise that from the song itself or not, if it's just going to be kind of like a universal thing. But I feel like there's going to be some references and call-outs to certain people, and I'm really excited to see who those people are. It could also be in more of a relationship aspect. You know, like when you're falling in love with your best friend and you're like, oh my god, like, I don't want to ruin the friendship. That's kind of also where my brain goes. But because she and Travis weren't really friends before they started dating, they kind of met for the sole purpose of being in a relationship, I don't necessarily think that it's going to take that direction, but I think that there is a chance that it could. So we shall see. Number 2 is Eldest Daughter. I'm really, really excited for this song as an eldest daughter myself. The only reason it's at number 2 and not number 1 is the fact that Taylor's experience as an eldest daughter and my experience as an eldest daughter are similar, but also very, very different. I'm the oldest of 8, and so I'm the eldest daughter in basically the biggest extent that you can be an eldest daughter, versus Taylor's the eldest daughter, yeah, but she's also the only daughter, and she only has one sibling who's a younger brother that's not that much younger than her. Obviously, as the eldest daughter, she has all the expectations of being the eldest daughter placed on her. While the song is probably going to be relatable for the fact that it is about being the eldest daughter, I don't think it's going to be exactly like a one-to-one correlation with my situation, which isn't bad at all, and isn't to say that her experience isn't valid and like other eldest daughter experiences aren't valid, because they are 100%. But we just had very different experiences, where I grew up basically being a third parent for my siblings, and she only had one sibling to worry about. But I do think a lot of eldest daughters have that universal high expectations from their parents, feeling like they have to be perfect all the time, feeling like they have to achieve all these things. So I think it's going to be pretty universally relatable to a lot of people, including me, but just not 100% one-to-one correlation. Or it will be completely relatable, but there could just be like aspects to my experience as an eldest daughter that go deeper than what hers were, and just, I feel like you guys probably get what I'm trying to say. And last but not least, I'm sure you guessed it if you were keeping track, but the track that I think is going to be my favorite and that I'm the most excited for right now is The Fate of Ophelia. I made a whole video talking about The Fate of Ophelia and what I think it's going to be about, so if you haven't watched that, you definitely should. I'll link it in the description down below. Just to give you guys a quick summary, Ophelia is a character in Shakespeare's Hamlet, and she ends up dying. It's unclear whether it was an accident or whether she killed herself on purpose, but there's a lot of controversy surrounding her death, and she's also a symbol of women not necessarily being able to be who they are and be independent.
This is me editing later, but I completely forgot to mention that in the New Heights episode, she talked about the fact that philia means love and philia is in Ophelia, so I feel like there's a significance there somewhere.
I'm not necessarily sure which direction she's going to take this in, if she's going to relate Ophelia to herself, which I think probably makes the most sense, or if it's going to be kind of just more of a narrative song about Ophelia and kind of more of a universal commentary of the perception of women in the media. I feel like she could spin it to be. Not really sure exactly, but What I do know is that I'm really, really excited because we know that our girl loves Shakespeare. She does not miss a chance to make a Shakespeare reference. And the fact that this song has Ophelia in the title is not a coincidence. There's also one key part of Ophelia's character that I think really, really relates to Taylor, and that's the fact that there's a scene in which Ophelia goes around and she hands out these flowers to members of the court, and these flowers are kind of symbolic of different things that she doesn't like about these people, but she's pretending that she's mad and insane so she doesn't actually have to be accountable for her actions. This is reflected in the fact that Taylor writes songs about people that have wronged her, but then instead of being like, oh yeah, I wrote that about you, she's like, it was just a song, guys. I just wrote a song about a thing that happened. It's interesting if you consider Folklore and Evermore, there's a lot of songs that I feel like could be written about Taylor's own life, but she was very adamant that those albums were made up and those were just stories that she made up in her head. And I'm not calling her out, I'm not saying that they're not stories she made up in her head, but as someone who is a writer myself, I take a lot of inspiration from my real life experiences. And it would not surprise me if Taylor did as well, but then she was like, oh, but they're just stories. Especially if we consider what was going on in her relationship life at that point in time. All I'll say is that I think it's a very interesting parallel. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to subscribe because you made it to the end of the video, so you obviously enjoyed it. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't, share it with somebody who you think would enjoy it, and comment down below what video you would like me to make next. And yeah, I hope you guys know that you are all amazing and wonderful human beings. You're so smart, you're so strong, you're so beautiful, and I love you guys so much. Bye! Oh, I forgot to show you guys, but look at my nails. They're a little messy, but I tried to do like sunset themed, and I think they're pretty cute. Alright, bye guys, love you.